Hey guys, Uncle Ray. Welcome to another episode of the Crypto Bellwether. I don't always tell you what you want to hear, but I tell you what you need to hear to make an informed decision. Now, a shout out to one of my subscribers. They asked me to take a look at this project. It's called Aleph, I believe I said that right, Zero. It trades by AZERO, and this is a new layer one. And guys, it looks to be a powerhouse. Now, it gets really technical when they start to tell you how different this layer one is. But I know it's fast, secure, and scalable with really low fees. Now, they say it's zero knowledge, one block at a time. Aleph Zero is a layer one privacy enhancing blockchain that ensures scalability, low transaction fees, and maximum security guarantees for developers. Now, to make it simple, if you're familiar with how DAGs work, which I basically am, this is the format. It's kind of a hybrid layer one that has like a third layer that runs on a DAG. It reminds me of Constellation DAG, which is one of my absolute favorite projects. Now, it is basically a layer zero, but I'm guessing that they're somewhat comparable, which is really good for interoperability. Now, that's all the tech stuff I'm going to talk about. But let's get into, is this a good layer one to maybe invest in? Now, it's really young, guys. It just came out of beta and moved into its test net, and now it's going from centralized to decentralized, which is going to take a little bit longer, but that is in their roadmap. Now, I always want to look at the team. And I'm not really going to go into it, but guys, if you go to their website and you scroll around a little bit and look at their team, guys, these guys are sharp. This is a world-class team based out of Switzerland. They are basically compliant in Switzerland. That's really, really important. They have no regulation issues. They got a letter from their governing body saying that they are compliant. But guys, this team, and I'm not going to get into it, but they've won a lot of awards. They're very smart. I dug into the background of some of these guys. They've worked for some of the best and biggest corporations in the world. You know, they're all highly educated. It's a powerhouse team. That, no matter what, is something I definitely like to see. So go check that out. Now, outside of that, and we're going to look at the chart in a second, but outside of that, everything looks good. It's got good technology. It's got a good foundation. It's got a lot of good partnerships and investors, and the ecosystem is growing. So it checks pretty much every box. Now, is this going to be a good layer one to invest in? Well, that's the question. Now, this is not financial advice, but here are my only concerns that I don't like, and my thoughts that if there is a negative to this project, and realistically there's not, but if there is, this is my thoughts. I'm not in love with the tokenomics. There's like 320 million. That part is good, but basically it's still centralized, and the team and the founders and the early adopters control a lot of the tokens. Now, a lot of them are unlocked, but there's about 120 million tokens still to be unlocked to get dumped on the community in the future. And we don't know when or how that or what that's going to look like. That's one thing I kind of don't like. But that being said, tokenomics definitely matter, and they have low numbers. That's really positive. But I like to see everything already out there, and I don't like to see any one entity or a handful of entities controlling the tokens. But I don't see anything to stop this thing from running hard in the next bull run if it can get adoption. And that's what really concerns me about any new project that I'm not familiar with and that I'm taking a look at. It checks pretty much all the boxes. This is a world-class project. But here's the question. Is it going to get the adoption that it needs? And is it going to get the big money, the hedge funds, the Wall Street type money in the future? That's the question, because it doesn't really matter how much me and you, for instance, like a project. It's irrelevant. It's all about the adoption, and is the big money going to step in and use it? Now, that's why Ethereum is so successful. It has a lot of the big Wall Street money behind it, and they have chosen for now Ethereum. And that is why that ecosystem of Ethereum is so powerful. So, that being said, when you look at the chart, you got to remember this thing basically came out in the middle of this year for the most part during the really bad times. And so it pumped in the middle of April and it ran up above $3. And now it's fallen down to about 85 cents, somewhere in there. I would like to see it fall a lot more. I mean, a lot more for me. Because right now, what are you looking at? About a 4x to take out its old high. But you got to understand, it didn't come out in a good, bull run. It came out and it went through all the crazy stuff that we all know we've experienced with FTX and Terra and all that. So time will tell if this is a good project. For me, I'm definitely going to put it on my watch list. And from, reading the stuff about from the developers, this is a world-class project, and it's some of the more cutting-edge technology. But that's going to be common as over the next couple of years, in my opinion. But now, I believe this year, or at least in the next bull run, the layer twos are really going to be one of the hot sectors because Ethereum has a stronghold for at least the next 3, 4, 5 years, in my opinion, unless something crazy comes out with regulation. But as it sits right now, I just see more projects building on top of Ethereum with the layer twos and then go into layer threes, etc., etc. So the question is the big money going to move off of projects like Ethereum or Solana, who, that's a whole different conversation. But is it going to move from, Ethereum, Solana, Cosmos into projects like this? Are they going to be able to pick up the adoption? That's the question. That being said, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments section. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. Hit that notification. And either way, guys, hit that like button and come back and be part of this community. We got a lot of exciting stuff coming down the pipe for 2023. I couldn't be more bullish about 2023. I know it's rough right now and it's probably going to get worse, but guys, this is not financial advice, but get to stacking. Take care, guys. Come back.